Hi, welcome to Dave's Corner of the World. Have a great day.
It just takes a minute. It just takes a minute to be nice to somebody. I've been here at KOA in Alamogordo for 5.5 years, worked for them for about 5 years. Not quite, but just about. And I've seen lots of people come and go. Of course, hundreds of overnighters just come in for a night or two and leave and never see them again. Sometimes they come back and remember me and say hi. Sometimes we have people come in here for a month at a time. Sometimes 2 or 3 months. Construction workers, snowbirders. Couple of us, 3 of us live here full time. A couple of them were here before I got here. But it just takes just a second to say hi. Can I help you out today? It just takes a short time to be nice to somebody. We had a couple, probably about my age, come in about 3 years ago, and their rig needed a little bit of work on it. So I was going to help the gentleman work on it. When he asked me if I could help him, I said, sure, anytime, just let me know. Well, doggone, he just up and passed away. And he and his wife had been together forever in 3 weeks. And she was just kind of in a daze, didn't know what to do. And her hands, she couldn't grasp things anymore. She couldn't turn the hose, RV water line at the hose bib. So anytime it got cold enough to freeze, why, I'd go over and I'd knock on the door and say, hey, I'm going to turn off your water for the night. Okay. And I'd go out and turn the water off, cover up the hose bib, and unhook the hose, let it drain out so it wouldn't freeze. In the morning, I'd get up and come back and knock on her door and say, hey, I'm going to put your water back together for you. Okay, thanks a lot. It just takes a minute. Well, I did a couple of other little things for her from time to time. After her husband passed, she didn't know how to drain the black tank. So I kind of got elected to do that. That's okay. Just takes a minute. So anyway, I was over at the office one day and this lady was over there and she had a little box about this big, and she handed me that box and said, here, this is for you. And I said, well, what's this? So it's just a little thing I got you. Well, golly, I know I'm making more money than this lady is, and I don't have any money. So I said, well, thank you. And I opened it up, and it was a coffee cup. What was written on that coffee cup almost brought me to tears. As a matter of fact, let's face it, it did. Still makes me kind of watery right now. This is the coffee cup she gave me. I taught MacGyver everything he knows. It just took a few minutes to help this lady out. I never asked for a penny. I never said, I might have jokingly said, oh, you'll get my bill at the end of the month. But I never expected anything from this person. I did it because I wanted to. It just takes a minute. This coffee cup is one of my most prized possessions. Yeah, there have been lots of people come and go. The other night, I think maybe 3 nights ago, some gentleman came in and said that his cable TV wasn't working. Well, we have cable TV here in the park, at least in some of the park. And so the boss called me and said, hey, can you help check this gentleman's cable out? Having coffee in my rocket stove that I made just a little bit ago. I'll send the link to the rocket stove and coffee down below. Anyway, so I went over and I have a small TV that I've already got set up for the channels that this park gets. And so what I do is I take their cable, unhook it from the side of their rig, put it in the back of my TV, turn the TV on, and if there's channels showing, then we know 2 things. We know it's not my pedestal, and we know it's not their cable. Now, I always take a little short piece of cable along with me in case it is their cable. If I don't get any channels with their cable, I'll put my cable on and hopefully I'll get channels, and then it's their cable. But this case was different. This gentleman's cable worked just fine. No problem at all. So I said, well, let's go inside. I'm pretty fair on electronics. I've been in electronics since the early 70s. Well, things have changed, obviously. But when it goes to searching for channels on a TV, that's pretty simple. You just go to menu, channels, auto search, make sure you're on cable as opposed to off air. Yeah, there's a few little things. Anyway, I said, do you mind if I take a look? And he says, no, I'd like to have channels tonight if I can. Okay. So we went through the routine, and he said he's done the same exact thing a couple times this evening. And I go, well, okay. I said, when this gets done, and it was almost done then, I said, when this gets done, let's take your cable from outside, from our pedestal, and go straight from outside through a window or through the door right to the back of the TV. That is eliminating, we know the cable works because we put it on my TV and it works stuff. So let's run it directly to the TV. If it works, then it's something within your rig. If it doesn't work, it's the TV. That eliminates a whole lot of stuff. So he said, okay. Well, I needed to go escort somebody else in right then. So he said, well, I can go ahead and do that. So about 10 minutes later, I went back and he went to shake my hand, and I could feel there was something that he passed from his hand to my hand. You know, you've all done that, I'm sure. And so I said, well, thank you very much. And I put it in my pocket. Kenny Rogers had the right idea. He said, don't count your money at the table. I think it was Kenny Rogers. Anyway, you don't stand there and open it up and say, well, you cheap son of a gun, you only gave me $1, or anything like that. So you just put it in your pocket and you go away. And he said it worked great. He said, there's something wrong in my rig. When we get home, I'm going to take it back to dealer and they're going to fix it because it's all brand new rig. Cool. So he got cable TV for himself and his wife that night. Just took a minute. Somebody else quite some time ago, I don't even remember what the circumstances was, but it was somebody that had been here for a while. knew that I drank coffee of a morning. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't drink coffee all day long. I usually have maybe a couple of cups a day, maybe 3, but no more than that. And somebody else, quite some time ago, gave me another coffee cup. I'm drinking out of it right now. I don't even remember what I did to get this, but it just took a minute. It just took a minute to be nice to somebody, and they gave me a gift that I'll remember forever. See you next time.